Roma people are living all over the Europe in several groups, in several having different dialects. Also, it's not easy for me to speak about the traditions of Eastern Slovak Roma because you know that the Eastern Slovak Roma are living now in Eastern Slovakia. After Second World War, there was migration like to the Czech lands, which is today the Czech Republic, and they live also in the UK, in Belgium, in Canada, and in the others, in the other countries. This what I'm going to say. What I'm going to tell you is really the something like the canonical what should be like in the traditional Roma family, but in, in the fact uh, uh, there are like the Roma groups which are adhering and keeping this this these Roma traditions, or they are not, because it also depends on their assimilation and influence of the communist regime, because many Roma were assimilating like to the society. And last week, if you remember, we finished uh, with the with the topic of the wedding, and so I want to continue in this. And the wedding is as I said, like a big uh, uh, event, even in among non-Roma. And here like I decided like to prepare the video about the wedding, which I will go here. Uh, I like to show you. This video is a reconstruction of the Roma wedding. It was it it was in frame of the World War, like the festival, the Camoro. The Camoro means like small sun, and every year in May, except of this year, uh, due, due due to the pandemic, the Camoro was divided in September, but it is ever end of May in Prague. Is like the World Roma Festival, Camoro, and in one year there was organized the reconstruction of the of the traditional Roma wedding. So you can see, I will try, if you are able to share also also the sound. You hear the sound?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Waktu
Habemamo
Dado mau
del Mamba
dan membahas
Prenevo
Romeo
Vitrastrodrom
juga keras kembali.
Badodai Genavia.
Pardon. When people are entering, it's sort of
Čarovní vytvoření hlavy a člověka vyšší se živé celou životu. Kapite bučavé a kapite za ty starý dal za tebe masarias. Tu tady, to tu pak sensibil.
Gertrude Gaventara Demba Ketumara Mora Izenba Megamutres.
Máme tu ty paní, která mluví Zigares, Michal Mizigar, a my nám, že Živňák, Afgan, Sakto Dinoro, Hemel, Sakoleské, как ты делаешь мечты, как ты ставишь завтра, Сагнуш. Кому треба?
Ущербе.
And now I will move it more further. You can see here also one of the tradition that they are going out. And he has to recognize his real wife.
Když nám nevědomí.
Sarjanet,
Mečanal.
ale sar, ini šukar. Međanam že teri rovni.
Vědomí ni šukár, ale náne vědomí.
Ini.
Náne. Bylo nakamal.
He is the saying she is not my wife. And also I will move again. Here you can see very important gesture. He is pouring the wine into their
Teď byl
palms.
běhat jako Kuripen a Hamiltonen, ať si člověk, keď si pro něho čerchenia a my gek butel. Bachtales. Šilalo páňori sarmetu terpređa. Šilalo páňori sarmetu.
And after this, there is also one the tradition is like the dance with the bride, and all people are contributing with money like a gift. here you can see this collecting.
Mamy wam oklaskać.
Okay, so this was in very short way. I can share with you the link. You can watch it later. This was the reconstruction of traditional Eastern Slovak Roma, uh, like the wedding. I have to come back. Yes, here. So you could see like the parents, the sitting on the chairs, and the children of their were kneeling, which was like like the symbolical leaving of the family, leaving of their parents, and they were thanking them and asking them for the forgiveness, and after they were and after they switched, it was like accepting like the guy into the family and her into the family. You could see also like there was the one Roma guy who was leading this this like the ceremony. It's often the older person, or it can be even young, but like two families must agree on him. He was putting he was putting the loaf of the bread on their heads. It, it was like the in the symbolic like the wishing or like the enough like wishing them the prosperity, the, so that their children aren't hungry. And later you could see how their hands were tied, and that they had to drink like the wine of each of like the wine each of other the palm. And it was like the accepting, this like the weddings, it was really special. It was in public because this is the something which is not already which is not already everywhere like possible like to see the visible, but the some kind of these like traditions are still kept in families, and some of them aren't. I just want to say here is that when you have the when you have the wedding, it's important like to mention the ritual, the purity, because it is like the because like the before, because uh, uh, Roma, Roma people are like Juge Roma and the Gesha. Juge Roma, we are divided into the like the or we aren't anymore, but the traditionally we were, which is like the Shusharama means like the clean or the pure Roma, and the Degesha were those who were considered the by lower. Uh, like the concept of the purity in Roma, uh, in Romanipe, in the Romahood, is considered everything from the waist, like the downward. So it's not uh, uh, it's it's not okay when you are washing the clothes if you have in the washing machine, I don't know, like the socks or pants. And you have also like the kitchen, like the towels. There are Roma families who are really strictly dividing this, because there are things which are the pure only for food, and the other group where are called are called like Gadegesha. It's coming from Hungarian word like the dege, and the dege it means it means like the buried like the buried the dead animal. If you understand me, it is it's like the carcass. People who were eating like the meat of of the carcasses, or people who were eating horse meat, they were considered like the gesha. Of course, it also was it also was connected al- also to the food and the kitchen maintaining, and also how you behave. If you knew how to behave, if you were not behaving like well among the people, you could be also like the called like the Geshes or the Geshkinya. It's really like the highest offense you like Roma you can have. So this is like the impurity. And I remember like somebody of you last week was asking me whether how is accepted homosexuality in the Roma community. uh, Homosexuality, many Roma are considering it like impure, so it's not something which is uh, which is really welcomed into the society, in 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 the families. Uh, but I have to say that it's very differently perceived in each Roma group. For example, in Czechia, when you have like the uh, Eastern Slovak Roma, they are also very uh, uh, like strict. But it also depends on the how they are assimilated or how they are accepting it. There are some families who are accepting it. The bad situation is much harder in the community or of the Vlach Roma or Sinti, because in these communities, uh, these people are totally ex excommunicated excommunicated. I'm sorry. In Sinti, it means like the prasto, or in the Vlach Roma group, it's called like the marima. And when you have the marima, it's like so stigma for you, and the none of them that the they can talk with you, eat with you, or everything. So you are really excommunicated. So, but I will come back, because this ritual, like the purity, is really something. Uh, uh, that maybe you cannot understand me now, but I can share with you some my experiences, because I also was thinking that like the way how we do have at home is everywhere. And after, when I was having friends, I found out that, for example, in our community or in our family, isn't possible like to eat a food if your like the piece of hair is fallen into food. You have to throw out it. Or in many among Roma is like big issue also the food, how you prepare it. For example, uh, if you have eh, if you have uh, for example, like in the past, Roma were considering the non-Roma people like dirty, like the Gesh, because of the in the past you had to wash like the clothes, and the some non-Roma some non-Roma the farmers were in one the kettle or in one pot washing and also cooking, and this is not possible among Roma to do. Also, for example, like just when you are coming from outside and you are going to wash your hands, you mustn't do it in the kitchen, but you have to do it in the uh, in the bathroom. Like originally, like the degesh, it was like it was like the concerning regarding the food and the lifestyle. The but it is also like regarding the behaving, how you are the clothing yourself, and this, you know, it is like the degage is the somebody who doesn't know what is shame, who doesn't know how to be ashamed of something, because and here we are also getting. I was speaking about this last week, the chastity. When the children are growing up, when they are understanding and they are being aware that they are already are are more mature, uh, they start covering like their body, so it's not possible like among non-Roma, like to walk or like to go from the living room to the kitchen in underwear or in something like this. It's not possible. Like for example, in some Sinti families, it's not allowed even like the for men, uh, like not to like not to wearing like the t-shirt, uh, like uh, so this is also like the something you should know how to be ashamed, because this is like these things are in community like the taboo. And here, when I want to come back again to this ritual the purity, because I think that the best is like to share with you some stories, uh, so that you can see it more. For example, I can also. It's not possible when you are having like your pets. You have dog or cat, and I saw that in some non-Roma families, the people are washing like their dishes like in common in one the washing machine. So this is not possible among Roma. If you do so, the people will not eat in your uh, in your house, and if you will go to them, they will give you eat whatever. But after you leave, your glass and table and spoon, it will be separated, because it will not be considered like it will be considered like impure. So I can also share, and also like the food, like the food in Roma community is big issue, because for example it is uh, like big shame to ask like the somebody for food when you are coming and to so usually if I'm coming to some Roma family, I shouldn't eat all food o- on the plate, because I should leave a bit the something small, because which is on the other hand, which is like the conflict, the because I don't know whether in your countries it is also like this, but in Czechia and in Slovakia it is impolite when you don't eat everything, on the table. The pardon, on on the, on the plate, and also there is also like uh, a very strange situation with the thanking, how to say the thank you like for the food, because for example, in my family, in my hometown, we don't say it at all because it's something like really funny. It's not the natural. It's like a norm. If you are coming to me, I offer you like the food, and of course that when I am among non-Roma, I am thanking because I know that this like the culture, and I am really grateful. Like they are treating me nicely, but if I'm coming like to visit other family which I don't know, uh, so I don't say like directly I thank you like the for your hospitality, but I will say like I had here a very good time. It was really nice. I enjoyed. I wish you a lot health and and the good luck. So this is like really like it's very like different. And after children are coming to the school, and they have the problem because they are considered like impolite because they are not used to thank. And after this, it's happening extreme when the children feel like the pressure. So they are thinking all the time, for whatever, so uh, like the such uh, like the things are happening. Sure, Roma shouldn't eat, as I was mentioning, horse or dog or these animals. It's your really low status, and the other people sh- they shouldn't eat like the from you. Also, I want to say like we have our own Roma dishes, but it's very hard to say something like Roma cuisine because, as you know, there are several Roma groups, and I can share with you like the such my experience when I was at Central European University. We were having there because it was like university uh, were the faculty and the students from all over the world, and once a year we were having an intercultural festival. So each nation was representing their culture and food, and we had also a Roma table, and this Roma table was really diverse because for example, Roma in Czechia and in Slovakia are cooking a lot, something like halušky. I don't know whether you know the Slovak halušky, or also we have like the Goya, and Goya are the guts, like the pork, the guts, which are filled and cooked uh, uh, and they are filled with mashed like the potatoes, or 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 with flour. Uh, but for example, Roma in Serbia, in Macedonia, they were baking the beans. So every like the Roma group have own like the food, for example, Lovare, the Vlah Roma, they are having the something like Rejteška. If you know, it's something like the strudel, and it's inspired from Hungary. And also they are making like the perkel or shach, which means like the meat with the cabbage. I can see here also. Yeah, yeah, halushki. Yes, yes. It's something like the dumplings. The but it's are not like dumplings like the from Germany or the from Czechia, but it's like small dumplings, not similar to that ones like in Italy they have, like like the gnocchi, but it's not also the same, but it's a bit similar. So this was like this, and I just want to say that this ritual, ritual, the purity is also is also uh, uh, is also changing the position of the gender in the family in in, in the Roma society, uh, uh, because uh, Roma women, when they are giving like the birth, or when they have the menstruation, they are considered like impure. So for example, like when you have such like the groups of the Vlachroma or of the Sinti of the Lovari, the Calderashi, there is not allowed like to wash like the clothes of female and male in one washing machine, because those like the clothes of the male, uh, 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 they can get like the polluted, they can become impure. So I was here like the showing that he's like the body. It's like the woman impurity. You know, when and also impurity from the dead. For example, the doctor or the priest in the traditional Roma groups aren't considered like the pure, the vocations, because they are touching the other people. It's like different when you are having own debt, and when you are teaching, and when you are touching like other people who are not your the family. And also, as I was saying, that it's also like the punishment. It all You can become prasto or marima. It is in the Vlag Roma group, because they are having own Roma courts, which is called the Krisi. And this is also like the such like the concept which we can analyze in the next like the class. But I want to come back again. Let's go back like to the wedding when the girl is married and she's coming to the family of her husband. The women had to follow their husband. Now it is very different, because uh, it's now it's happening that even like even like the males are living in the house or in the family of his wife. Uh, of course, that he was having harder the position in the family like her also, because when she was her, it was she had to learn everything how was in their family. So honestly, she married her husband, but in the beginning she was living really with her mother-in-law, because she had to teach her like their traditions, like their customs, how to cook, how to keep the like the cleaner, like the kitchen, and this whatever, and and it was really hard for these women, because they were like the suffering, like the beatings, or if it was hard for them, uh, they were escaping back to their families. Her husband had to go to asked her for the forgiveness, and she was the coming back. And when she was having the children, she was more her status was the more the growing. But after when the when when the woman was like the around the 40 50, at that moment she was having the respect equal, like the same which had like which were having the men in the family or in the uh, in the community. I also I also remember that the uh, it's important to mention that among Roma is also not popular to eat like the food the the from which was cooked or prepared like the day before. You know, so sometimes it has own reason, like because when the some Roma groups were wandering, they had no fridge. You know, in settlements also. Uh, uh, so there was like needed like the food sh- should be made and eaten as soon as possible. But this like the tradition is even up up to now that like the many Roma they are they are not like the putting like the food into the fridge and to heat and they don't heat it like the next day. And also I want to say that is also is also interesting or interesting the one like the my experience is that, for example, I was having also the problem when I was coming like to the some dormitory like university student, and when I was like the seeing how the kitchen was how the kitchen like the common kitchen on the floor of the dormitory was maintained. It was really hard for me to like to cook, because if you wanted to do so, you had to clean how you consider it that is it should be. I am I can see here some the la, 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 like the common. How much money would be spent on a wedding, and how much the guests? Very good question. Thank you. Uh, I don't know, you know, because it also depends like how rich family you are. But I know the like the dilemma when you are making the like the wedding, at least 60 80 people you have to have on the wedding, because it's not possible like to make a wedding that you don't invite your cousins and their children and the cousins of your parents, you know. It's very similar to me and very funny. Have you watched the movie? Have you watched the movie the fat wedding? Like my the fat great wedding. It's very similar to our of the Roma way thinking, you know. So we also have like big families and this. And how much would the guest give like to the couple as a gift? Okay, I think it also depends how relative you are and what are your possibilities. You have also families which are the poorer in Central Europe, in Balkans, who are giving, for example, the 40, 50 euro. But you have also families which are giving, for example, like the 1,000 euro, like the gift, you know. So and in some, it is always like at midnight or at 6 o'clock. It's played the song. It's made like the circle, and the money are collected like to the to the uh, uh, on the plate or on something, or you could see on the video how they were pinning it on her dress, and she's dancing. But I'm saying it because there are some Roma groups or families which are saying aloud how much you contributed, so it's really sometimes like big like the shame that, so people don't want to be ashamed, so they are really they're really giving like more money. uh, uh, Here is writing Carolina, is the true Roma people do not shake hands. I have heard that before. I think it in the original it was like this because uh, 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 like the handshaking, it's something which is really European, and I think that and I I have not discussed it, but I can remember that when I was s- uh, like a child, and older people were coming like to my grandma and the grandpa to visit. They I hardly can remember whether they were shaking the hands, but for example. Uh, but now Roma are shaking hands, and they are saying also like very nice, like the wishings, like the best are, for example, among the Lovari, the Vlagroma, who are saying, for example, God, the may God give you a good day and wish you all the blessing and have good health and best luck for you and your children and live 100 years. So this is really like when you are coming like big, like the formal, like the visit. So this is also part of the greeting among the Roma. Here is also, is there any official Roma language or there are more dialects? This is Alsbeta very hard because there are several the codifications of Roma language. For example, in Czechia, in Slovakia, another was in the Balkans, another was also in if I remember well, in Sweden, but I'm not sure now. And it's really problematic because Roma were uh, enslaved or were the clothes in front of the empires, and they have own the Roma groups. And here is no like Roma language, which is like the common language for everyone, because we have Roma from the Turkey and from the Finland, who are writing like different like who have different scripture, like for example in Roma, in Ukraine, in Russia, in Serbia, there are Roma who are writing also with the Cyrillic. In the Greece, you have like the Greek letters. In the rest of Europe, you have like the Latin. So it's really hard because there are some also groups which are having on the phonemes on the and we will discuss it because like this week is like the day of the Roma language. So I want to I want to also like to dedicate one class to the language, and and you will see more how it is really complicated. Here is question: does so there is no the priest at Roma weddings at all? In the beginning or in the history, like the priest, it wasn't there. It was always like the Vaida, like Vaida was like the leader of the group or something like mayor. He was the person who had authority among his community, and he was also the negotiating and communicating with non-Roma society. And we were having our our own, like the kind of the ceremonies, and in the community everyone knew who was who and who lived with whom. But from the non-Roma perspective, Roma were Roma were committing the crime because this institution, Roma wedding, wasn't accepted among non-Roma. The so Roma were considered living in the concubinate, which was sin and as well like the crime. So, for example, in Hungary, Maria Theresia, uh, she like she, she forced Roma to accept like this, like the weddings and in the churches. And so here is Gosha. So when now we are meeting Roma families in the UK, and we don't know how far they follow tradition, would that be appropriate to ask them? I think yes, it can be even a good like the question, because uh, uh, you will have like more reason why to speak with them, and I think they will be glad to share you like to share with you what they are doing and what they are not doing. But have in your mind that, for example, these things around the food, around the kitchen, many Roma people are considering it's normal that everyone has it. So you have to really, you have to really compare with them. And here in the UK, I can see that it's very interesting because we have families which are really traditional, and also you have families which aren't anymore traditional. They are assimilating, and here is very interesting how much, into which extent they are they are getting assimilated and into which not. Yeah, here is also something. How are Roma families like the coping with the COVID rules, the given with uh, the what you have spoken about the large and extended families? This is really it also depends, because we have some Roma families which are living in the cities, in the towns. I think they are better, but the much worse situation is in mahalas or in the settlements, like is in Slovakia, in Romania, in Hungary, in the Balkans, wherever. So they are really, uh, they don't have access like to water. It's hard to wash the hands. They don't have access like to internet. Their children, they cannot go to school. They have the problems with having laptop or cell phone. And also here is like the problem that there are in Slovakia or somewhere, like the some Roma settlements are really closed, and they have no like the resources. So I hope that at least the state helps them somehow, but it's really hard. And also like the third the biggest problem is like the bullying from the police officers, who are sometimes really misusing their power, and there were videos about how on the social media shared how the children or adult people uh, were beaten or attacked by the like by the by the policemen. So this is a really hard situation, and of course that uh, have you can take into the consideration how it is hard for us when we have everything. But if you are really in excluded localities where you have like 1 kilometer like to the you have to walk to the shop, and you have no job because there are such the regions where it's very hard So it's very hard for them. And last question is, uh, are Roma families brought up or taught like to be the secretive arrangements, weddings, and marriages when in countries such as the UK, if they are younger, 16 to 20s, for example, around people outside of Roma of communities. I'm sorry, I have to read it again. The such as the UK, if they are yeah, I see, I see. Uh, I think I was mentioning it already last week here. Of course, there are some Roma groups, like for example Vlach, Lovario, or Calderas. Their parents are the planning their relationships when they are already children. The families are agreeing because in Lovari community you are paying for the bride, and and of course that they are having some. It must be very shocking when you can see that children are having marriage, but it's not the marriage in the real the sense of the word as when they are adult. This is like just this is just like the promising, but like we are now families. But really they start living together when they are older. Uh, so when are they like 16 to 17, it's already like the age when the Roma girls in Czechia and Slovakia, not only Vlachs, but even non even Eastern Slovak Roma already happens the such things that the girls have the children already. Yes, and here is also uh, many our Roma clients never mention they are Roma. They admit to be Romanian or Hungarian only. That's why sometimes it would be difficult to ask them about their Roma traditions. I think that because of the yes, it is racism. It is also fear. For example, in Germany, Roma are also afraid like to share their Roma identity because for example, in Yugoslavia was war, and many Roma from ex-Yugospace were running like the Kosovo or Bosnia, were running to Germany, and now after the 20 years, 15 years, these people whose children were brought up in Germany, they are deported, like to the Balkans back. You see, the so but this is like the different kind of the fear, but of course it is fear of the institutions because Roma in Europe have historical very bad experience with institutions. It happens also in the southern Slovakia where is spoken mostly Hungarian language, and those Roma are calling themselves Hungarians. So yes, this is also that, and I have also one friend who is working in Germany, but he had similar experience in the UK also. He was working like a manufacturer, like like like, like the laborer in the factory, and he was many times like the solving issue with Roma who were hiding their identity, and they were saying that they are only Hungarians, Romanians, or Czech or Slovaks. So this is really something what Roma think that they will have easier life and they will not be the targeted as Roma. you know and to just be aware that if both the kids, the consent, the lowest age they can have the sex is 13. Here is in England. In the Czech Republic, it is like the 15, right, Hannah? I think so. I wish you. I wish you a nice week and stay healthy and stay safe and have a nice evening.